Everyone, I have a Pilates HIIT class for you today. No equipment is needed. We're going to go body weight only. If you're new to this class format, it's basically a Pilates mat class with quick bursts of HIIT built in throughout. In total, we're going to do 3 different tabatas. So we'll start with a warm-up and a Pilates mat core flow, and that core flow will go right into a tabata that is core focused. Then we'll do some side body mat work that'll go right into a single-sided leg tabata. We'll do the other side and repeat the tabata on the other side. And then we'll finish up with some prone work, and that will go into our 3rd and final tabata, and then we will cool it down. So after each tabata, you'll have a little bit of recovery time, and during that time, I'll give you a preview of the upcoming tabata so that you know what to expect, so that when we get to the end of that Pilates flow, we can go right into it. So before we warm up and get going, your first tabata, which is core focus, the 2 exercises, first is going to be a jackknife, and each time we do it, we will just alternate which leg. And the second exercise will be mountain climbers. When we do the mountain climbers, we'll alternate between straight and cross body. Okay, but let's get into our warm up first. So just kind of store that in the back of your mind for later. So we're going to come down onto the mat, knees bent, feet on the floor. And we're going to start with an arm sweep. So palms face into midline. I just want you on an inhale, sweep those arms up overhead and then down by your side. Inhale them up and lower, just mobilizing through the shoulder joint a little bit. I'm not going to have enough room when we get to straight leg work, but I just don't have the heart to move Squeaky. He's roasting in front of our fire right now. I think we can all agree he's too cozy to move. One more sweep up. And then bring your arms down by your side. Now, neutral through the pelvis on this. I want you to take your left knee up to tabletop, right foot stays on the floor. And we're just going to kick the leg straight and then bend through the knee, opening up through the hamstrings in the back of that leg. You can add in a little point and a flex of the heel, point to kick straight, flex as you curl the heel back down towards your bum. If you're tight through the hamstrings, maybe the leg doesn't get all the way straight. That's absolutely fine. Give me 3, 2, last time, and now you're going to stop with either the leg straight, or if you're tight like I am, you can do this with a bent knee. We're going to do a little leg circle. So you're going to circle that leg within the hip joint. As you do this, we're using our breath to maintain a neutral spine, and we're not rocking through the pelvis. So the circle doesn't have to be big. Switch direction of the circles. Last time. Plant your left foot down, lift the right knee up into tabletop, and we're going to start with that kick of the leg. In our core section, we'll do some stuff with straight legs, a little bit of leg scissors towards the end. So I just wanted to take a second in our warm-up to open up through the back of the leg. You can add in that point and flex, point to straight and flex to curl that heel in towards your bum. So we'll hold with the leg either straight, or you can have a bend to the knee, whatever's comfortable. Leg circles in 3, 2, 1, hold straight or bend, and we trace those circles. Only as big as we can control. If you start rocking through the pelvis, you got to make them smaller. One more this direction. Switch direction of the circles, mobilizing through that hip joint. One more circle. And then both feet plant down, hips distance apart. Now from here, we're going to come into a hip roll. So we're going to lift up into a bridge, but we're going to do it sequentially, articulating the spine. So I want you to inhale to prepare. As you exhale, engage to the abdominals and start to roll your hip bones towards your bottom ribs, lengthening your lower back onto the mat. Press your feet into the floor, fire through the glutes, and vertebrae by vertebrae, peel those hips up into a glute bridge position. Stay for an inhale. And then exhale, vertebrae by vertebrae, roll your spine back down to the mat, release the pelvis to neutral. Inhale to prepare, exhale, engage to the abdominals, roll, scooping and lifting up, stay for an inhale. Exhale, roll it down. Let's do that one more time. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, first engage to the abdominals, then fire through the glutes, peel the hips up, and just hold at the top here. So we're nice and open through the front of the hips. Always nice to do before we come into core work. Now this core section coming up, it's going to be more deep core focused. So we're not doing a ton of ab curls. We're more focused on the transverse abdominis, the pelvic floor. We're going to lower the hips in 3, 2, 1, lower the hips. Now we want to make sure that we are neutral, so you have the natural curve to your low spine. If you're more comfortable finding an imprint position, though, you can also do this core work with your lower back lengthened against the floor, so it's just a gentle tuck under, but without squeezing your glutes, okay? Whatever works best for your body, neutral or that slight imprint. Arms down by your side. We're going to keep our right foot planted. I want you to lift the left heel, so just the ball of the left foot is on the floor. We're going to move with our breath, so we inhale to prepare. Exhale, I want you to feel the engagement of your abdominal wall. I want you to feel the little lift of the pelvic floor. Once you have that engagement, we just lift that left knee up to tabletop. And then we inhale, we lower it down to the mat. Keep going like that, moving with your breath. So we are really gradually dialing up the intensity. We're starting with this deep foundational work. It will get harder. This is a Pilates HIIT class. You got plenty of hard coming up. I want to really start with the foundation and we'll build on that. So one more like this, and we're going to build off of this, adding in a kick, and we'll lower the straight leg down. So I want you to exhale just like we were doing, lift that knee to tabletop. Now as you inhale, kick the leg straight and lower the straight leg all the way down to the floor. Oop, I'm sorry, squeaky. Exhale, curl the knee in, lifting it up to tabletop. Inhale, kick it straight and lower. Exhale, tabletop. Inhale, straight and lower all the way to the floor. We're staying level through the pelvis, using our breath. Again, think breath first. Feel the brace of the abdominal wall, the little lift of the pelvic floor, then move that knee in. Inhale, kick it straight and lower. Last time. And then I want you to pause with that leg straight on the floor. Keeping the leg straight, we're going to lift and lower. Exhale, kick that leg up. Inhale to lower. I'm pointing to lift, flexing to lower, going slow, moving with my breath. When that leg lifts up, I'm not rocking through the pelvis. I'm staying neutral. So if you're tight through the back of the leg, your leg may not get up super high all the way to the ceiling, and that is fine. Twice more. Now we're going to take it over to the other side, so bend that foot. Left foot is planted on the ground. We're going to lift the right heel up, neutral or imprint. Exhale, feel the engagement of the abdominal wall. Lift the leg up to tabletop. Inhale, lower down. So when we talk about deep core, it's the transverse abdominis. So you kind of think of it as your core set muscle. It wraps around. So it's a gentle brace feeling. Once more. We'll add in the kick straight and the lower. So exhale to lift to tabletop. Inhale, kick it straight, lower the straight leg down, just making sure I'm not going to kick my dog. Exhale, pull the knee into tabletop. So it's an inhale through your nose. It's that audible exhale out through your mouth, like you're gently blowing out a birthday candle. One more like this. And then holding the legs straight, we're going to lift and lower. On the exhale, you lift. On the inhale, you lower. Reach long through the leg. I'm pointing to lift. I'm flexing to lower. If that overcomplicates things, though, don't worry about what's going on through the ankle. Twice more. Then we're going to ramp up the intensity. And now from here, I want you to take your right knee into tabletop at a hover, knee stacked over hips. Now you're going to lift the left heel up. We're going to repeat that, but instead of having the right foot on the ground, it's going to be at a hover. Exhale, feel the brace of the abdominal wall. Feel that connection. Lift off. Inhale, tap the ball of the foot back down. So we want to get deep core, so you want to feel that bracing. You don't want a bulging of your rectus, which is your outer abdominal layers. You can think of it as the six-pack muscles, as it's called. but it's the ones that run down the front. I am someone who is very rectus dominant, so when I don't really think about my exhale and engaging the deep core, my rectus just totally takes over. So let's add in the kick straight. So you exhaled up to tabletop. Inhale, kick the leg straight, lower it all the way down to the ground. Exhale it up. Inhale to lower. One more. And now keeping that leg straight on an exhale, you're going to lift up. Inhale to lower. Watch that there's not an excessive arch through your lower back. We are going to hold with this leg at a hover, so I want you to kick it up, and I want you to lower it just halfway. Hold and breathe. If this is too intense, bend the knee in so that both knees are at tabletop. We'll take this over to the other side. In 3, just bend your left knee into 90. 2, and 1. Bend that left knee into 90. Now the ball of the right foot is going to go down. Check in, make sure you're neutral, or you can find that slight imprint position. Exhale, feel the abdominal engagement. Then lift your right knee up to tabletop to meet the left. Inhale, tap it back down. Add in the kick straight. Exhale to tabletop. Inhale, kick it straight, lower that straight leg all the way to the ground. Exhale, pull the knee in to 90. Inhale, kick it straight, lower. Once more. And then we're going to hold that leg straight. You're going to exhale, kick it up. Inhale to lower. We're going to hold that leg at the halfway point. So you're going to kick it up. You're going to lower it halfway. Hold and breathe. Now from here, we're going to take it into bicycle crunch legs. So we're going to keep our head, neck, and shoulders down. We're just going to exhale, switch in 3, 2, 1. Exhale, switch. Exhale, switch the legs. 1 presses out as 1 pulls in. Neutral or imprint position, no rocking the pelvis. Make sure you're breathing. We switch and switch. Now we're going to hold the leg straight. We're going to scissor them instead of doing this bicycle motion. That's in 4. You hold in 3. In 2, hold. And I want you to kick the bent leg straight up towards the ceiling. Exhale, scissor, switch. Switch. 1 goes down. 1 goes up as I kick my dog. Give me 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hug your knees wide and towards your armpits. All right, so we're going to repeat that last part. You can do it again with your head, neck, and shoulders down, or if you want to come into an ab curl at this point, we can. I want you to bring your knees to tabletop, neutral or imprint position, hands behind head or down by your side if you're going to keep your head down. Exhale, come up into the ab curl, and now let's repeat it. Bicycle legs. Exhale, switch, switch. So this is where we finish up the mat flow. We're going to take this into our Tabata coming up. Gazes at the knees. Really get your upper shoulder blades off so we're not just holding the neck off of the mat, okay? We're really curled up. Legs stay straight. We scissor in 3, 2, hold the legs straight, kick them. You switch, switch. 1 goes down, 1 goes up. You're here for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Quick hug of the knees in towards your shoulders, rock it side to side. Okay, so we're going to come into jackknives up next. So I'm going to need to angle this way so I do not hit my dog. Okay, so you're going to keep your right leg down, left leg will kick up, arms overhead. Squeaky got too hot and moved just in time, so I quickly paused the video and moved his bed out of the way. All right, let's go. Exhale, up and down. I have a modification showing. You can always ab curl and do this with a bent knee instead of a straight leg kick. Staying on the same side the whole first 20 seconds. Whew. All right, flip it around into a plank, mountain climbers. We're going to do straight mountain climbers to start. So you just drive those legs forward. To modify, start in a bear plank and step back. Let's go. Run it out. In, run it out. Press the mat away, stable to your shoulders, find a steady pace, keep it. And rest, flip it back around. Okay, now your left leg stays down, right leg kicks up. Let's go. Exhale on the way up. So we did all that foundational work in the Pilates flow, now making it more explosive here. Woo, rest. Okay, flip around to your plank. Now we're going to do cross body, so opposite knee into opposite elbow. Go, run it out. Twist, twist, twist. Modification, you're in that bear plank and you're swiveling the knees side to side. Woo, okay. Back down. Right leg stays down, left leg kicks up. Let's go. Jackknife. Rest, flip around to the plank. Straight mountain climbers. Go. Rest. Okay, final set. Left leg stays down, right leg kicks up. Come up on the exhale. Whew, all right, flip it around. Final 20, mountain climbers. We're going cross body, opposite knee, opposite elbow. Spread out through the fingers, press the mat away. Let's go. Almost there. And done. Okay. So we're going to come into our side body series next. We'll get glutes, outer hips, little obliques, shoulder stability as well. I want to give you a preview of the Tabata that it'll go right into. So the first exercise is going to be a lunge hop and then a step to a curtsy, back to your lunge. Lunge hop, curtsy, take it center. To keep that low impact, lunge pulse, step curtsy, step center. Second exercise is going to be 2 jump lunges, and then you're going to step the back foot out into a side lunge. Jump lunge, step to the side lunge. To keep it low impact, instead of jump lunging, just stand out of the lunge and then sink back into it. Modifications will be playing. Store that in the back of your mind. We're going to start with our flow. So I want you to mirror me. Let's prop ourselves up on our left forearm, left elbow, left hip in line, and we're going to bend the knees and hop them forward. Now we're pressing the mat away. We're really lifted through here, stable through the shoulder. You're not sinking down into it. We're going to start with an abduction. I want you to think length through the waist, and we're going to, on an exhale, lift this top right leg up to a hover and lower down. Now we're keeping it parallel to the floor. The whole shape lifts and lowers, up and down. So a little different from our first Tabata on this one. Because we're doing unilateral work, we only do half a Tabata and we keep it on the right leg focus. So the Tabata work is quick. You just do half at a time. So right now we've been doing abduction, lifting up. We're going to do external rotation up next. So a little different. We're still going to lift, but we're just going to lift the knee, keeping the heel down. So I want you to squeeze the heels together and now just lift the knee. So we're getting external rotation within the hip joint. Squeeze the heels together so it's a little clamshell. So we're going to combo the two, just alternating between them. So I want you to abduct and lower, externally rotate. Whole shape lifts and lowers, just the knee peels open. So we've done abduction and external rotation. We're going to focus in on internal rotation up next. So next time the whole leg lifts up to a hover, you're going to hold it at a hover. It's about hip height. Now we're going to do internal rotation. So you're going to pick the heel up, rotating within the hip joint, and bring it back to parallel. Internal rotation. So you're seeing the heel lift up, but the movement is originating right here. You are wrapping the thigh inward. A little lift up and down. It might be a very tiny movement, and that's fine. Are you still lifted through the bottom waist, stable through the shoulder? You're going to hold the internal rotation up next. So next time you internal rotate, hold it, and now it's a little pulse kick back. So your foot is kind of kicking up and back at an angle. It's a small little pulse kick back. As you do this, you're not arching into your lower back. So stay engaged to the abdominals and maintain that internal rotation. So you wrap the thigh inward, and it's just that little pulse back. Woo, really exploring that hip joint. We're going to keep the leg at a hover, but we're going to bring it to parallel in 3, 2, 1. Hold that leg at a hover, but bring it to parallel. We're going to get the upper half involved. Now I want you to kick this leg back behind you all the way, open up through the front of the hips, and then I want you to rotate your top arm forward. So the chest rotates forward and down as the leg kicks back, and now we're going to reverse that. We're going to pull the knee in, we're going to kick it forward, and we're going to peel open across the chest. So you kick back as you twist to the floor, kick it forward as you twist open to the ceiling. So leg and arm moving in opposition, staying lifted through that bottom side body. Ooh, this should feel kind of nice. So coming up, what we're going to do is we're going to hold the leg forward, and we're just going to continue to rotate through the upper half. So next time this right leg kicks forward, I want you to hold it forward and just the upper half peels open and forward. Reach, reach, reach to that right heel. You should feel that outer right hip start to talk to you. Give me 3, 2, 1. I want you to square the torso towards me, stacked, little bend press through this top knee. We're done with the mat flow. We're going to come to stand. We take it to that Tabata in 4, 3, 2, 1. Stamp the right foot on the floor. Press off your hand. We're going to come to stand. We're going right into that Tabata. I should face this way. So I want your right foot forward, left foot back. It's going to be a lunge hop, and then we'll step to the curtsy. When we step to the curtsy, it's left that crosses behind right. Let's go. Hop, step to a curtsy, back to the lunge. So I wanted to include a curtsy because curtsy gets glute med, that outer butt area, which is what we just worked a lot in that mat side body series. So keeping the target muscle group going, just making the movement a little more dynamic. Rest. Okay, now I want you to switch which foot is forward in your lunge. So your left foot is going to start forward. 2 jump lunges, right foot steps out to a side lunge. Jump lunge, switch, switch, step the right foot out to a side lunge. So both legs work, but the right goes into that side lunge. Rest. Stay on the right side, lunge hop, curtsy, right foot forward. Slight hinge forward with your torso. Hop, curtsy. Woo, rest. Switch which foot is forward. Left starts forward. Jump lunge, right steps to the side lunge. Let's go. Remember, we just do half a Tabata, so this is it. Woo, and done. All right, so we're gonna do that whole thing on the other side. I just have to turn my thermostat down. I'm baking in here. Need the fire to shut off. Okay, so we're gonna come down to the mat. We're gonna do that whole thing from the top on the other side. You can take another few seconds to catch your breath, and then we'll get to it. I'm filming this over Christmas break, and I've banished my husband to the bedroom while I film this. So I'm like, I gotta crank this out. I can't dilly-dally. All right, ready for the other side? Let me just move my timer. So you're gonna mirror me. I want you to prop yourself up on your right forearm. Hair stuck. You're gonna prop yourself up on your right forearm. You want elbow and hip in line with each other, and then knees bent, and you're going to hop them forward. Lifted through the bottom side body, pushing the mat away, stable through the shoulder. Think length through the waist. And now let's start with the abduction so the whole leg lifts and lowers. So about a week ago now, it's winter, my feet are dry, and my heel was so dry that it cracked, you know, just like a little paper cut size, but it really hurt. And so then I started walking, favoring my other side because it really hurt to put weight on my heel. So then that opposite hip started bothering me. It's just the smallest thing. It just goes to show how everything is connected. And we shift our posture or our focus, and it sets off this whole chain of compensations throughout the body. Now let's take it to the external rotation. So keep the heel squeezing together, just lift the knee, open and closed. I selfishly sequenced a lot of hip work in this side body series because my hip needs it after a week of kind of limping and shifting all of my weight into one of my hips. Now when you peel the knee open, don't rock your pelvis back, so we're not rolling to our butt. We keep the hip bone stacked, the leg just moves within the hip joint. Let's combo. External rotation, abduction. Whole leg lifts as one unit. We rotate open. All summer when I film in here, I have to shut my air conditioner off and I complain about how hot it is. Well, now I have my fire on and it's way too hot in here, but I cannot complain about it after forcing you guys to listen to me complain all summer about the heat. I'm not doing it in the winter. Hold that leg in a hover. And now let's do internal rotation. So you're gonna lift the heel up. Oh, tight little internal rotation. So that thigh, wrap it into midline. Oof. Very normal to notice differences between your sides. I'm noticing a big difference here. Stay lifted through the side body. It doesn't have to be a big movement. Our body has more external rotation available to it in the hip joint than internal. So normal for this to feel tight compared to external rotation, but we want to get some movement. You don't want to be so locked out that you can't create a little movement there. Now, next time you internally rotate, I want you to hold that internal rotation. We do that pulse kick back. It's small, like you're kicking someone behind you and a little higher than you. Back and up at an angle. Maintain the internal rotation, so don't let the legs start to come to parallel. We don't arch into the back as we kick back. Stay active through the abdominals. So we're going to kick the leg back and forward. We'll add in the opposing twist of the upper body. In 4, 3, 2, last time. Now keep the leg at a hover, but bring it parallel. So as you kick the leg forward, we twist open through the upper body. As we kick the leg back, top arm reaches forward. Kick it forward and back. When you kick the leg back, you're squeezing into your glutes. You're not arching into your lower back, okay? So think glutes without doing this. If your ribs are flaring when you kick the leg back, then that means that you are arching into your lower back most likely, instead of firing the glutes. Rotating through the mid-spine, open. Now we're going to hold the leg forward. We're going to continue to rotate the upper body. So next time that leg kicks forward, hold it forward and just continue with the upper body. Woo! Trying to hold that leg parallel to the floor. Reach it long. Keep the hips stacked. Don't tuck under through your tailbone. You can do it. It's 3, 2. Last time. Square off your upper body to me, then stretch through the knee, then stretch. You kick for 8, 7, 6, 5. Come to standing in 4, 3, 2, 1. Plant that left foot down, push off your right hand. We're going to come to stand. We're going to go right into that Tabata. So I want you to bring your left foot forward, right knee back. Oop, as I fall over. Lunge hop, step to a curtsy. Right leg will step to a curtsy. Left foot forward. Let's do it. Hop, step, staying low. Little hop, step. It's a quick one, okay? Half of a Tabata, so 4 intervals of work. You can do it. Modification is shown. You can pulse instead of hop. Rest. Okay, now switch. Bring your right foot forward to start. 2 jump lunges. Left foot steps out into that side lunge. You jump, jump, step it out, bring it back, switch, switch. Rest. Okay, one more set. Last time you'll see these exercises. Left foot forward, hop, curtsy. Square those hips, little hinge forward, hop it, curtsy. Rest. Switch, have your right foot forward, jump lunge, left foot steps to your side lunge. Final 20 in this section. Go. Switch, switch, step it. Whew, and done. All right, make your way down to the mat. You have a little bit of recovery time. So I'm going to give you a preview of our final Tabata. First, we will do a prone flow. We're going to get mid-back. We're going to get a lot of glutes on this one. Whole posterior chain, it'll be good. So we'll do that, and that goes into our final Tabata. First exercise, chest to floor burpee. If you'd rather do a regular push-up at the bottom, you can do that. If you want to keep it low impact, step, step instead of jumping. Second exercise, it is going to be a squat jump, and then staying kind of low in the squat, it's a hip twist. Squat jump, hip twist light on the balls of your feet in the other direction. To keep that one low impact, it'd be an air squat, squat, torso twist, air squat, torso twist. And I will have those modifications playing. But first we have one more section of mat work to get through, okay? So we're going to come to a prone position. You're going to lay down on your stomach. So to start, I want you to just stack your hands one on top of the other, and forehead will be down on your hands. With your legs, I want you to take them wide, okay? So at least as wide as your mat. And then I want you to externally rotate them so they're pointed out. Now we need to stay really active through the core here so that we don't dump into our lower back. So you want to think of bracing through the abdominal wall. Right away, you should already feel your glutes kind of activate to hold that pelvis neutral. All right, forehead stacked on top of hands. We're going to start with just an alternating leg lift. So you're going to exhale, reach long through one leg, lift it to a hover, inhale, lower down, and then just take it over to the other side. So think of staying active through your quads, the front of your thigh. That's going to help hold the leg straight. And then you reach long through the leg and you squeeze into your bum, firing the glutes to lift it. And again, we don't want to crunch into our lower back when we do the lift. You really want to keep the work in the glutes. So it doesn't have to be a very high lift, okay? Think length over height. One more either side, and then we'll do both together. Let's do both together. Exhale, reach long, squeeze through the glutes, legs lift and lower. Notice if your legs are staying externally rotated or if they're wanting to come to parallel. Keep wrapping the thighs outward. So we have another variation coming up. Next time those legs come to a hover, I want you to hold them at a hover. I want you to flex through the ankles, and I want you to squeeze the heels together. Squeeze. They may touch, they may not. Now we're going to hold with the legs apart. We're going to bend and straighten through the legs. Into last squeeze in. Now with the legs apart, you're going to bend the knees, squeeze the heels in towards each other, point, straighten them out. Flex, squeeze them in, point, send them out. We're trying to keep the knees at a small hover. Woo, I'm really feeling my glutes work. Now I want you to hold with the heels together. Squeeze those heels together, lift them up a little higher. Let's lift and lower those knees. We lower them down. Exhale, squeeze the heels, lift the knees. Don't just lift and lower. Really think of squeezing the heels in towards each other. Oh man, mine are barely lifting off the floor. I'm struggling today. You're going to hold the knees lifted in 3, 2, press up and hold. Now we're going to combo 2 movements we did. So you're going to hold here for 2, 3, 4. Now straighten out through the legs and squeeze the legs in together for 2, 3, 4. Bend the knees back to that bent hold. Squeeze the heels together for 2, 3, 4. Straighten the legs. Squeeze the legs in for 2, 3, 4. Sorry, I did not verbally explain this. Knees bent, squeeze in for 3, 2, 1. Straighten the legs. Squeeze heels in for 2, 3, 4. One more time, we hold. Straighten the legs out, squeeze them in for 2, 3. Next time you squeeze those legs into center, hold for 4, 3, 2, 1. Separate the legs, lower them down to the floor into our starting position. All right, now we're going to switch the focus into upper body. I want you to bend the elbows like a goalpost, and the elbows should be up around your shoulders. Palms down on the mat. We're going to keep the elbows down to start. Legs stay firmly down into the floor, okay? So I want you to reach long through your upper spine, come up into a little extension, keep the elbows down, and then lower. So the lift is coming from our mid-spine. Now we're moving with our breath. It is typically taught to extend on the inhale. If you do that and you feel yourself lose your abdominal engagement though, I would recommend switching that breath pattern, and you're going to lift on the exhale, brace through the core, elongate through that mid-spine. Don't overwork the neck. So the neck just follows the line of the mid-spine. Your gaze will shift up and forward a little bit, but you're not craning the neck, okay? So think length through the back of the neck. Now we're going to combo this with a lift of the forearms, kind of a little reverse fly. So next time you come up into your extension, hold here. Now bracing through the abdominal wall, I want you to just lift those forearms off the mat, retracting your shoulder blades into midline like a little fly. Lower the forearms down to the floor, and then lower your nose down. Keep the combo going. We lift, fly, forearms down, lower nose to mat. So if you're going with your breath, inhale to extend. Exhale, feel the brace of your core, remove the support. Return your arms on the inhale. Exhale, lower nose to the mat. Now next time you lift up, I want you to hold the extension and just do that fly, lifting and lowering the arms. Shoulder blades glide into midline as the forearms lift away. We're not dumping into our lower back. We're active through the core. This is a long, low hover. Give me 4, 3, 2. Last time, bring your forearms to the floor, return your nose to the floor. So we're going to do an extension, a full extension coming up to our hands, okay? So on an exhale, feel that abdominal breath start to grow long through the crown of your head. Lift first elbows, then push your hands into the floor, come all the way up. Now you're really bracing through the core and you got to squeeze into your glutes on this one. Lower down, elbows to mat, nose to mat. Lift up, grow long through the elbows and onto the hands. So are we coming into spinal extension through the lower spine? Yeah, a little bit. But we're not dumping into the lower back. So you really got to squeeze your glutes for me and think of drawing the abdominals in. Maintain that abdominal brace. If we release the abdominal brace, you're just going to dump everything into your lower back. That's why I'm suggesting up on an exhale for this one. All right, so now let's put it all together to finish. We're going to alternate between lifting up through the upper half and then lifting the legs up, both together like we did at the start of this prone series, okay? So we lift upper body, lower down. Now exhale, reach long through the legs. Legs lift up and lower. Upper body, squeeze the glutes on this. And lower half. We spend a lot of our day, most of us anyway, in a flexed forward position over our phones, over our computer. So doing back body work, getting the posterior train, moving into spinal extension. It is such important work. Let's do one more and then we're going to have one final hold, okay? So we press up through the upper body, lower down, and now next time your legs lift up to a hover, hold them at a hover. Now can you reach long through the crown and bring your upper half to a hover as well? It's a long, low hover, just holding here and breathe. Get long, reach long, long, long. We're going to come into our final Tabata. We have chest to floor burpees and we're going to go right into them. Maintain this hover for a little longer, almost there. Hands are going to come to the mat. We're going to press ourselves up. Burpees coming up when you hear those beeps. Let's go. 20 seconds right into them. Rest. Okay, we're going to come up. We have those squat jump, hip twist. I'm almost done, Joe. Let's go. Squat jump, hip twist, stay low. Jump, hip twist other direction. Rest. All right, back to the burpee. 5 minutes, Joe. Let's go. Woo, rest. All right, squat jump, hip twist. Let's go. On the hip twist, just the lower half twist. Woo, halfway there. All right, burpee. Let's go. Final push of class, you got this. A couple minutes away from that cool down. Oh, rest. Squat jump, hip twist. Go. Oh, okay, final set. One more time each exercise, you got it. Burpees coming up. Go. Whew. Okay, final 20. Squat jump, hip twist. We got it. Cool downs on the other side. Go. Try to get some air on that squat jump. Make it explosive. Oh, done. Oh, awesome job. Take a second to catch your breath. All right, I'm gonna bring you to a cool down. For a cool down, we're gonna start, I'm so out of breath. We're gonna start our cool down like a little flow, okay? And then we'll go into some static stretches. To start, stand at one end of your mat. Arms are gonna sweep up overhead. And then you're gonna lower them down. Exhale, nod the chin, come into a forward fold. I want you to walk your hands out to a plank position. And then lift your hips up into a down dog. Heels to the mat. Shift your hips forward into a plank. And then I want you to intrim your hands in towards your feet. And let's do that again. We're gonna roll up tall. Inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, lower the arms. Roll forward. Intrim it out to a plank position. Hips up, down dog. Shift it forward to a plank. And then walk those hands in towards your feet very slowly. I don't want you to get lightheaded. Roll up last time. Inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, lower the arms. Nod the chin. Intrim out to a plank position. Hips up, down dog. We're going to come into a half pigeon. So as you shift forward into plank, I want you to bring your left knee behind the left wrist, kick the shin across and lower it down. Scoot your right leg back. You might want to prop your hip up on a pillow if this is really uncomfortable, or if it's not working for you, you can lay on your back and do a figure four stretch that way. Otherwise, we can lower our forehead down to our forearms. Take a few breaths here. When you're ready, we'll press ourselves back up to that down dog. Pedal out the heels. And let's do half pigeon over to the other side. Shift towards the plank, right knee behind right elbow. Kick your shin across, scoot the left leg back. And we come down. We're going to come into a seated position up next. So to get into it, you could transition back through plank, but I'm just going to roll to my outer right hip. I'm going to come up to a comfortable cross-legged position. From here, let's do a fluid side bend. So I'm going to tent fingertips to either side. One arm comes up and over, and then over to the other side. I hope you're feeling good after that class. Nice mix of Pilates, some sweaty HIIT work. Next time you side bend over to the left, I want you to stay in the side bend, and then I want you to rotate your chest towards the ground, really reaching this right arm forward, 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 and down towards the mat. And breathe into your mid-back. If you enjoyed class, make sure you're subscribed to my channel. I post new classes a lot this month. Let's open back up, take it over to the other side, side bend to the right, and then rotate chest towards the floor. Reach, reach, reach long through this left arm and down. And if you would help me spread the word about my channel, I would love that. If you like my classes, tell your friends. If you're active on social media, maybe share it on social media and tag me. That all helps me so much. Let's come back up through center. Let's finish with one breath together. Inhale, arms sweep up. And exhale, let it go. Awesome job today. Hope you're feeling good after that class. Thanks for working out with me today, and I'll see you next time.